Hey boys and girls, today we're going to talk about telling time, and that's going to lead us up to next week's lesson, which is elapsed time. So let's do some reminders about the clock. When I look at a clock, I know the clock has two hands. It has a short hand, which is our hour hand, and it has a longer hand, which is our minute hand. And sometimes at school we talk about, if we don't want to get those two confused, hour, H-O-U-R, is a much shorter word than minute, M-I-N-U-T-E-S. That's a longer word. So the shorter hand goes with the shorter word, hour, and the longer hand goes with the longer word, minute. Now, if I look at the clock, I know that if I want to start an hour, like let's say 9 o'clock, my minute hand is going to be on the 12, and my hour hand is going to be on the 9. And then as I move around the clock, every one of these larger numbers, as the minute hand moves around, it is moving in increments of 5 minutes. So if my minute hand moves to the 1, that would be 9:05. At 2 would be 9:10, 9:15, 9:20, 9:25, 9:30. Oh, we're skip counting by 5s. That makes me think of my multiplication facts. So if you were wanting to think about that, you could, instead of always starting at the 12 and counting around, let's say I'm at the 3. I know 5 times 3 is 15. So if I look at that 3, I'm automatically going to know that's 15 minutes because I'm working with 5s. Ooh, what if I'm at the 7? 7 times 5, I know that's 35. So if I'm on the 7 for a clock, that must mean 35 minutes. So think about your 5s as you're moving around the clock. Okay, boys and girls, now we're going to talk about time on a number line. Number lines, as we've talked very much at school, they can start anywhere. They don't have to start at 0. They can start anywhere. So I have made a number line that starts at 9 o'clock and it ends at 10 o'clock. Wow, this number line has been partitioned a lot in between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. There's a few things that I know about an hour. I know that an hour is 60 minutes. I wonder if these stand for minutes. Let's see, if that's 9:01, 9:02, 9:03, 9:04, 9:05. Ooh, I have already noticed I am going to run out of lines before I get to 60 minutes. So these can't be worth 1 minute for every one of those lines. I'm going to count and see how many equal spaces I have. If I start here, that gets me 1 space, 2 spaces, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I have 12 spaces. When I look at my clock, I also have 12 numbers. So I'm wondering if these 12 spaces equal these 12 numbers on my clock. I'm going to give that a try. I'm going to see if I can do 5 minutes because I know every one of those numbers is equal to 5 minutes. So I'm going to try 5 minutes for every one of my hops on my number line. Let's see, here's 9 o'clock. So I'm going to write at the top of this one because I know I'm going to end up with a lot of numbers and it's going to get a little crowded. So let's see, 9 o'clock, 9:05. My next time would be 9:10. So like this is the 0, and that's the 1, and there's the 2, and I know 2 on my clock is worth 10 minutes. There's the 3, 3, 9:15. I think I might be onto something. I'm just going to keep numbering my points on my number line by 5 minutes, and let's see what happens. Let's see, 9:20, 9:25, 9:30, 35, 9:35, 9:40, 9:45, 9:50, 9:55, and I know when I get to 55, I've never heard anybody say it's 9:60. When we get back to 60, it goes to the next hour, so it's 10 o'clock. I think that worked out pretty great. So this number line was partitioned into 5-minute increments to represent the clock. It's kind of like you took the clock and just stretched it out and made a straight number line. Now, I hope you boys and girls have been watching PBS on TV, because at 9:30 every day, 9:30, that would be right here, at 9:30 every day on PBS, they have 3rd grade lessons. And on Tuesday is math. So I really hope you've been watching on Tuesdays. Let's see, Monday is PE and art. That was fun. I did some yoga on Monday. Tuesday is math, and you know I loved that one. Today, which is Wednesday, is social studies, and I learned all about the continents and the oceans today on PBS. Tomorrow, Thursday, is reading language arts. I haven't watched that yet, so I don't really know what's going to happen, but I know it's probably going to be very good. And then on Friday is science, and boy, am I looking forward to Friday. So I hope you guys are getting up and watching the 9:30 lessons on PBS. I've been enjoying them, so I hope you have too. Now, boys and girls, sometimes our number line looks a little different. This one has been partitioned in a different way than the first one we looked at. So, wow, I'm going to have to think about, how do I think they have partitioned this number line? I don't have nearly as many spaces this time. Let's see. It still starts at 9 and ends at 10. So I know we're still dealing with 60 minutes. I know that much. Let's see. Something else I'm going to try to figure out is how many equal spaces has this been partitioned into. Let's see. If I start here, that's 0, so that doesn't really count. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. This kind of reminds me of fractions. When we did fractions on a number line, you know, this was our whole hour, and then we partitioned it. So I'm going to kind of think about what I know about fractions and kind of apply it to this number line. Because I know when we do fractions and we want to cut it in 4 equal parts, which are fourths, the easiest way for me to do that is to start right there in the middle, which is half. What is half of 1 hour? How many minutes are half of an hour? Well, if I know a whole hour is 60 minutes, and I want to cut that in half, I know 30 plus 30 is 60. So this must be 9:30. Because when I'm thinking about time, I know that 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock. That's kind of right in the middle. If I look at the 6, that's where 30 is, right? If I started here and I went all the way to the 6, I did half of my hour. So I'm pretty confident that that's 9:30. So now if I'm looking at this number line, I know 30 minutes go from here to here, and another 30 minutes go from here to here. What's half of 30? Well, maybe one way I could do that is look at my clock, and we said 30 is at 6. So half of 30 of the 6, right there, is the 3. It's almost like I'm taking this clock and cutting it into 4 equal parts. Ooh, that kind of helped me out. There's 9 o'clock, so that's where my 12 was. And my next number I get to is my 3 on my clock. And the next number I get to is 6. Oh, that's making me feel even more confident that that's 9:30. And then my next number that I partitioned was 9. And then I get back up to 12 again, okay? So what time is at the 3? 5, 10, 15. So I think this number represents 9:15. So there's 9:30. That makes sense. And now I'm at the 9. What time is it at the 9? Let's see, I'm going to count by 5s again. Oh, I'm not going to count by 5s. I know 9 times 5 is 45. Ooh, I think this might be 9:45. And then I'm back to the 12 again, which is o'clock. So this number line was not cut into 5 minutes. I didn't have enough numbers to do that. This number line was cut into 15 minutes. So 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:30, 9:45, and 15 more minutes gets me back to 10 o'clock. So I think this number line is partitioned every 15 minutes. Let's see, if this is worth 15 minutes, and this is worth 15 minutes, let's see, 15 plus 15, that's 30. This space is worth another 15 minutes. So 30 plus 15, oh, that's 45. So this place has to be worth 15. 45 plus 15, that's 60. So that gets me back to o'clock. So boys and girls, I hope this helped you understand that every one of these spaces is worth 15 minutes on our number line. Okay, now it's your turn. I think it would be fun on these beautiful days to go outside with some sidewalk chalk and draw a clock and label it, and draw a number line and try to label that. You can choose to draw one in 5-minute increments, 15-minute increments. It doesn't really matter, just practice. Another way you can practice is to go into iExcel. You should all have your passwords in your planners. And the section for time is T. I think that's pretty appropriate. It starts with a T, so go down to section T. Do not do anything for elapsed time. Save that for next week. And then also on the Hamlin County website, which is hcboe.net, they have some activities for you. If you just click on the District Online Learning, 3rd grade, it will help you get to some activities for time. Boys and girls, have a great day, and know that Miss Penola misses you so much, and I can't wait to see you again.